The building behind me is the Gate of Supreme Harmony. We've talked about some history about it in the last video. During the Ming Dynasty, here was the place where the emperor held his imperial audience. This building is not a palace but a gate. What was the reason for the emperor holding his audience here? We are now in a big courtyard. This building is the Gate of Supreme Harmony, and this building is the Hall of Supreme Harmony. The Hall of Supreme Harmony is just behind the Gate of Supreme Harmony. So, what was the reason for the emperor holding his audience at the Gate of Supreme Harmony? The reason is that the three main houses behind the Gate of Supreme Harmony were burned down by lightning less than 100 days after their completion, and the emperor didn't dare to rebuild them again because he was afraid that it might be the punishment given by the God of heaven. So the emperor chose the Gate of Supreme Harmony as the place to conduct his state affairs, and other Ming emperors also conducted their government here. The Hall of Supreme Harmony is right behind the Gate of Supreme Harmony. Look at over there. Look. That building is the Hall of Supreme Harmony, commonly known as the Hall of Golden Throne. It was the most important building in the whole imperial palace. During the Ming and the Qing dynasties, here was the place where the emperor had grand ceremonies as well as the important festival celebrations. The grand ceremonies were the emperor's enthronement ceremony, the emperor's wedding ceremony, the emperor's dispatching of generals on expedition to the battles, as well as the emperor receiving the successful candidates of the imperial palace examination, etc. The important festival celebrations were held on three big occasions, such as the emperor's birthday, the winter solstice, and the Chinese Lunar New Year. This big courtyard in front of the Supreme Harmony is 30,000 square meters in area. It is the biggest square in the Forbidden City. The middle way covered with stone slabs was called Imperial Road. It was exclusively for the emperor. Look at these white square stone slabs. These were used for the imperial guards of honor standing during the grand ceremonies. The grand courtyard was necessary to accommodate large numbers of civil and military officials who would assemble here for important ceremonies. In the old days, whenever the grand ceremonies were held in the Hall of Supreme Harmony, the civil and military officials all dressed up in their splendid ceremonial robes and would stand in the courtyard in lines. During the ceremony, the emperor sat on his throne. Civil and military officials kowtowed to the emperor. The pavement of the square was specially made. Although the Forbidden City was heavily guarded with a 52-meter wide moat outside and a 10-meter high city wall, 4 watchtowers in each corner of the surrounding wall, and all the gates were heavily guarded. The emperor still did not feel secure enough He was afraid that someone might make a tunnel underneath into the palace, so the square was paved in special way. That is, 7 layers of bricks lengthwise and 8 layers of bricks crosswise. 1 layer lengthwise upon 1 layer crosswise make up 15 layers of bricks altogether, all to make sure that no one could enter from digging an underground tunnel into the palace. If you're wondering why is there such a big square but with no trees planted here? Firstly, according to the theory of 5 elements, wood could overcome the earth, since the 3 big halls were built on the 3-tiered marble terrace, which shaped like the Chinese character earth. So there were no trees in the big square in front of the Hall of Supreme Harmony. Secondly, here was the place where the emperor held the grand ceremonies, and it was also the place where the emperor showed his supreme power. So the emperor wanted to have a certain solemn atmosphere in the palace. Just imagine. Someone entered the Forbidden City. He could see nothing but a large square, big halls, high terrace, and the serious imperial guards of honor. And then, with a nervous heart, he could only kowtow to the emperor when the emperor held ceremonies in the Hall of Supreme Harmony. All the high-ranking officials performed the 3 kowtows and 9 prostrations to him on the square. They could not see the emperor, but the emperor could see all of them. What an imperial privilege for the emperor! What the emperor required here was the supremacy and awesome atmosphere rather than trees and flowers. It's a pretty nice day. I'm gonna hang out here for a while. Next time, I will talk about the Hall of Supreme Harmony. Bye!